let's look at South Africa. The relationship between South Africa and Rwanda. There are people who are saying that they are not where the relationship or the working together and the collaboration should be. In other words, the relationship is not healthy. We know that the issue of the visas, which the two leaders agree that it must be resolved, it hasn't been resolved. And people are saying it emanates from those people who are from Rwanda, who are in South Africa, who were killed, and government having a hand, and therefore there's that mistrust.
When was that? When were they killed?
Some years back.
Okay, yeah, because the reason I was asking that is it wasn't to test you or anything. I actually wanted to put things in the right perspective. The problems with South Africa have been actually long running. I think they ended with who came after Mbeki?
President Jacob Zuma.
Yeah, there is a period of
President Kgalema Motlanthe.
Then
yes.
So the relationship to start limping started way back, even before we started having an issue of presence of Rwandans in South Africa. In fact, what I remember, during that period, which you remember the years? Anyway, let me not put it.
Kgalema Motlanthe.
Yeah, we talk after
2008 to 2009.
Yeah, that's when it stopped, more or less. That's when the good relationship started. Before that, I will give you something which is outstanding and speaks for itself. Mandela, Mbeki, and on up to that period, we had very good relationship. Not only good in other senses, but very beneficial. We have a lot of young people who were allowed to come to South Africa and study, and many of them were victims, others of genocide, others were even children of perpetrators. We sent a big number, it is there are hundreds over time. And because South Africa facilitated
the Sun City talks.
Absolutely. And also facilitated how these people should come there, and they were almost paying school fees as at the level of South Africans, which was a wonderful thing. There was no issue of a visa, there was no... And it was a huge contribution to what we have today, in fact, in terms of progress. These young people, anyone you meet here who is around 30, over 30, will tell you they have been to South Africa to study during that period. So it's a wonderful thing. And then after that, we started wondering what was going on. Up to 2010, then there's this man who died in South Africa, who used to head
the intelligence.
Well, the first question is, why would somebody, even who was heading intelligence here, be in South Africa as a refugee? It is both ways. Well, here you can ask, why did he run from here? Yeah,
but that doesn't justify that he be killed?
No, I haven't said that. I'm just explaining, I'm telling you the story. Then, so that has its own explanation. I want to go into details of what he did and so on, and then went to South Africa. And I think when he went to South Africa, he also started, he added to the toxic relationships, that everything started going really terribly bad. And in fact, he even started organizing from there and so on and so forth. So the issue of being killed is just singled out because killing, of course, significantly causes outrage. But who is even the one who proved that he was actually, where is the evidence, where is the story coming from? Who can stand and say, yes, I'm sure this is the one who did it? Because we even, by the way, engaged South Africa to say, let's actually follow to understand what happened. At some point, government in South Africa at the time accepted, and then the next day it is like, for them they just took a position, and that's what we should also take, and there was no investigation allowed. Why would they have not wanted investigation to take place? That we were willing to engage with them on and go into the facts. So, but they decided to veto what it was, and that's it, what everybody must believe now. So that continued. By the way, it has continued up to this day, even more intensely this time. And we have been sharing constantly the information, the worries we have about what these people have been involved in. Now, we started even seeing people from far, like the ones we talked about, European countries and others, these activists around genocide issues and turning Rwanda into, the worst country to live in, and that's why they don't live there, relocating to South Africa. So which means there is good ground for them to go and operate from there. That has been growing with time.
But can't you engage the current president, President Ramaphosa?
We have. I have. You ask him. You ask the other members of government.
He's coming to the commemoration.
I'm very happy that he's coming. Maybe we shall have another level of conversation. Absolutely happy that he's coming. But we have. Let me tell you this. And why I was earlier blaming SADC leaders to have acted in the way they did. We are involved, Rwanda is involved in Mozambique.
Yes, Cabo Delgado region,
Delgado.
Where they are insurgents.
Yes, when we were asked to participate, try and help in that situation by Mozambique, and we agreed. I don't know whether people are aware, they might be, because I have even said it before. Before we got involved in Mozambique, I found it important to, one, tell Mozambicans that, by the way, you should also talk to your colleagues in SADC, so that when we come there, there is no question around that. I could have easily said, let's go. But I found it important to engage SADC. In fact, not only did I discuss it with the president of Mozambique, I even discussed it with President Ramaphosa. I went to him. We had a meeting in Paris. There was a meeting there to do with the financing and so on. In many countries.
I remember very well.
Yes, many. I sought him out, particularly for that. I went to him and said, we have been approached, we are thinking of doing that, helping in the situation in Mozambique, and our demand has been, we want to be clear with SADC countries that we are coming and why. And in fact, in the same period, I know for a fact, even the president of Mozambique and South Africa met to discuss the issue that he was raising. A few weeks after,
Hafatwa ingingo yuko umugore wa kabiri yarongowe n'umugabo afise umugore bubatse banditswe, uwa kabiri hazokwirukanwa hasubira iwabo hatubwo n'ubuhumbu. Hari Gitega ku munsi mukuru mpuzamakungu hari wa gateka k'abakenyezi. Twumviriza umukuru w'igihugu.
Ariko mubimenye neza, Imana yavuze yuko umugabo agira umugore umwe, umugore agira umugabo umwe. Umugabo rero kuri uwo mugore wiwe ategeza kumukunda ngo iryo shurwe ryiwe. Na Adamu murazi yuko yaciye anezerwa cyane agataba kuvuga amapoeme abonye umugore. None mbwira ingene ryo bari gufa ryawe ataba magufa abiri. Ntibikunda ko amagufa abiri ni gufa rimwe. Tuburi gufa rimwe ntitubura abiri. None uwa kabiri aje gukora iki? N'ingurukizi. Ingurukizi nayo umuti wayo ni ukuyihonyora. Ingurukizi barayihonyora. Nico gituma baharitse bakarongora abandi. Abo bagore ntibari barataha tutaraza kubatahisha. Haje umugore mukuru. Hariho ababura amatari bakanura babitanguye. Tuzobirukana abo bagore babura amatari babe banyumva. Abo bagore baje gutuma abagabo baharika tuzobirukana basubira iwabo. Nta yindi nzira. Gutya niho twaba dukingiye kazoza uko ntabazosubira guharika.
Tukiri mu makuru hajanye n'ivy'imibano, buramatari w'intara ya Kayanza aragabisha abagabo bose baharitse ko bategerezwa kwirukana abagore babo batemewe n'amategeko imbere y'itariki 31 z'uku kwezi turimwo. Akabasaba abakuru b'imitumba kudakingira ikibaba abagabo baharitse ngo kuko uzofatwa yabakingiye ikibaba azoca bogozwa mu mabanga. Ako kamo yagateye kuri wa gatandatu aho yararamutse atanguza isekeza yo gusukura ibibanza bitandukanye. Ibyo sekeza hakaba yaritangurije mu isoko nkuru ya Kayanza. Claude Ndayisaba, HBP Kayanza.
Mwijambo yashikirije abaraho inyuma yo gutanguza isekeza ryo gusukura amasoko n'udusantre two mu makomine atandukanye y'intara ya Kayanza, buramatari w'iyo ntara Colonel Khamicishayo yamenyesheje ko imbona kazoza ya 2040 Uburundi bwifashe na 2050.
Uke y'umunyamerika irasaba leta zunze ubumwe za Amerika gukora ibishoboka byose kugira ngo iburizemo intambara imaze igihe itutumba hagati y'u Rwanda na Repubulika ya Demokarasi ya Kongo. Eric Bagirubusa yasomye inyandiko ya Evan Nachtrieb.
Iyi mpanuro ikubiye mu nyandiko y'ubusesenguzi yasohotse mu kanyamakuru Foreign Policy kandikirwa muri leta zunze ubumwe za Amerika. Uwayanditse Evan W. Nachtrieb ni impuguke ikorana n'ikigo cya Amerika gishinzwe iterambere mpuzamahanga USAID ku buryo budahoraho. Muri iyi nyandiko Evan Nachtrieb asaba ubutegetsi bwa Perezida Joe Biden wa Amerika gukoresha ijambo busanganywe bukaburizamo intambara imaze iminsi tutumba hagati y'u Rwanda na Repubulika ya Demokarasi ya Kongo. Ubwo ibihugu byombi byaherukaga kurwana mu myaka y'1998 mu kizwi nka Kongo ya kabiri, yabaye nk'ifasha akarere kose k'ibiyaga bigari. Abantu barenga miliyoni 5 bahatakarije ubuzima. Iyi ni imibare yatanzwe muri raporo z'umuryango w'abibumbye. Mu mpeshyi zo mu mwaka w'2022 nambutse umupaka w'u Rwanda njya mu mujyi wa Goma wari wamaze kugotwa. Ku mipaka y'ibihugu byombi hari abashinzwe umutekano ubona bafite intwaro kandi basa n'abiteguye igihe byaba ngombwa. Aya ni amagambo y'impuguke Evan Nachtrieb. Avuga ko icyo gihe umwe mu bayobozi b'intara muri Repubulika ya Demokarasi ya Kongo yamwizeje ko igihugu cye kidashobora gushoza intambara ku Rwanda cyangwa kuri Uganda, ariko nanone gihungamo ko batiteguye kujya mu bishyikirano cyangwa ibiganiro mu gihe basumbirijwe n'umwanzi. Kuri ubu impungenge ni zose ku baturage ba Kongo kuko umwuka w'intambara ukomeje gututumba. Kuba ingabo z'ibi bihugu byo mu karere zose ziri muri Kongo, impuguke ikorana na USAID avuga ko ari ikintu kitagomba kurenzwa ingohe kuko isaha n'isaha zakozanyaho, kandi ibi biteye impungenge bamwe mu baturage ba Kongo. Ikindi giteye impungenge n'amakuru avuga ko barwanyi b'umutwe w'iterabwoba wa leta ya Kisilamu bashobora kuba bari ku butaka bwa Kongo kandi bashobora kuba bari gutegura ibitero by'iterabwoba. Hari impungenge ko igihe aya makuru yaba ari ukuri, ubutegetsi bwa Kongo bwakwiyambaza Uburusiya ngo buyifashe muri iyi ntambara y'urusobe. Icyakora kugeza ubu nta masezerano azwi arebana n'ibya gisirikare hagati y'ibihugu byombi. Ku rundi ruhande hari amakuru avuga ko Kongo iherutse kugura indege z'intambara n'Ubushinwa zaje ziyongera ku ngabo z'umuryango w'ubuhahirane bw'ibihugu bigize Afurika y'Amajyepfo SADC zirangajwe imbere na Afurika y'Epfo. Izi ngabo zaje guhangana na M23 ariko kugeza ubu nta musaruro ugaragara ziratanga. Inyandiko yasohotse mu kanyamakuru Foreign Policy ivuga ko Amerika irebereye ibirimo kubera muri Kongo ishobora kuhakura igihombo gikomeye. Perezida wa Kongo Felix Tshisekedi asa n'uwamaze gutera umugongo Amerika mu mikoranire yo gucukura amabuye y'agaciro kuko kompanyi z'Abashinwa nyinshi kuri ubu arizo zifite ayo masoko. Gusa ijwi rya Amerika ntitwabashije kubona gihamya idakuka kuri iyi ngingo. Ikindi nuko uyu mukuru w'igihugu yashyigikiye umwanzuro w'akanama ka Loni wanengaga intambara Uburusiya bwashoje kuri Ukraine. Ibi nabyo bishyira igitutu kuri Amerika kuko hari abasanga niba ikeneye kugira abafatanyabikorwa muri Afurika igomba no kuba yiteguye gutabaraho rukomeye. Ibi bivuze ko Amerika yahera kuri iyi ngingo igashyira igitutu ku butegetsi bw'u Rwanda. Ku rundi ruhande kandi ngo kuba Leta Zunze Ubumwe za Amerika itaragize ikikora ku ntambara yo muri Centrafrica nabyo byafashwe nk'intege nke z'ubutegetsi bwa Perezida Joe Biden mu birebana na politiki mpuzamahanga. Bityo kuri bamwe bikaba byafatwa nka politiki y'uburyarya ku rundi ruhande kuko Amerika yanenze kenshi Uburusiya kubera intambara bwashoje muri Ukraine. Ubushake bwa Amerika mu gukemura ikibazo cy'umutekano muke muri Kongo hari ababuhuza n'uko iki gihugu cy'igihangange cyaba cyarashyigikiye Uganda n'u Rwanda ubw'ibihugu byombi byateraga Kongo hagati y'umwaka w'1996 n'2003. Mu mwaka w'2012 Leta Zunze Ubumwe za Amerika n'Ubwongereza byahagaritse inkunga byagenderaga u Rwanda kubera ibirego byo gufasha umutwe wa M23 n'icyemezo cyaje ubwo uyu mutwe wari umaze kwigarura umujyi wa Goma. Icyo gihe u Rwanda rwahise ruhagarika inkunga rwahaga M23 ndetse iza no gutsindwa abarwanyi bayo bamwe bahungira muri Uganda bandi mu Rwanda, bityo Kongo ibona gahenge. Kuri iyi nshuro M23 yazengurutse umujyi wa Goma ariko ntirawufata. Kugeza ubwo M23 yuburaga imirwano mu 2021 ibikorwa bya gisirikare bya Leta y'u Rwanda byavugwaga muri Kivu y'Amajyaruguru ahanini byari byumvikanyweho na guverinoma ya Kongo birebana no guhashya imitwe yitwaje intwaro. Ku ruhande rwabwo ubutegetsi bw'u Rwanda bwamye buhakana kenshi ko nta nkunga buha M23 ariko abategetsi b'u Rwanda ku rundi ruhande bakumvikana bavuga ko uyu mutwe ufite ibyo urwanira. Mu bihe bitandukanye kandi abategetsi bakomeye muri leta ya Perezida Joe Biden barimo Minisitiri w'Ububanyi n'Amahanga babonanye kenshi n'abaperezida b'u Rwanda na Kongo babumvisha gushakira umuti urambye ikibazo cy'umutekano mu burasirazuba bwa Kongo. Ku nshuro iherutse Anthony Blinken yabonanye na Perezida w'u Rwanda hagati mu kwezi kwa mbere Davos mu Busuwisi. Umuvugizi wa Departoma ya Leta ya Amerika Matthew Miller byanditse ko abayobozi bombi baganiye ku buryo intambara yahoshwa mu burasirazuba bwa Kongo. Uwo muvugizi yavuze ko Minisitiri Blinken yibukije ko abarebwa n'ikibazo bose bafata ibyemezo bifatika kugira ngo haboneke amahoro muri ako karere. Minisitiri Blinken kandi yanabonanye na Perezida Tshisekedi wa Kongo mu kwezi kwa 12 ku mwaka ushize. Amerika yasabye ibyo bihugu byombi ndetse n'imiryango y'akarere gushyira mu bikorwa ingingo zikubiye mu masezerano yumvikanyweho i Rwanda muri Angola na ya Nairobi muri Kenya.
Bill Clinton wigeze kuyobora Leta Zunze Ubumwe za Amerika niwe wagenwe kuzayobora intumwa z'icyo gihugu mu muhango wo kwibuka ku nshuro ya 30 Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi mu Rwanda. Ibi bikubiye mu itangazo ryasohowe na Perezidansi ya Amerika mu ijoro ryo kuri uyu wa gatatu. Muri iryo tangazo Perezida Joe Biden avuga ko intumwa za Amerika zizayoborwa na Bill Clinton wabaye perezida wa 42 wa Leta Zunze Ubumwe za Amerika. Twibutse ko Clinton ariwe wayoboraga Amerika ubwo Jenoside yabaga mu Rwanda mu mwaka w'1994. Mu mwaka w'1998 Bill Clinton akiri ku butegetsi yasuye u Rwanda ariko agarukira ku kibuga cy'indege cya Kanombe. Mu ijambo yahavugiye yasabye imbabazi ku myitwarire y'igihugu cye n'umuryango mpuzamahanga mu gihe cya Jenoside. Abandi bazaherekeza Perezida Clinton barimo ambasaderi wa Amerika mu Rwanda Eric Nidler, umunyamabanga wungirije muri Minisiteri y'Ububanyi n'Amahanga ushinzwe Afurika Mary Catherine Fee. Hari kandi Casey Redmond, umunyamabanga wihariye wa Perezida Biden, na Monde Muyangwa, umuyobozi mukuru wungirije wa USAID ushinzwe Afurika. Ku rwego rw'igihugu umuhango wo kwibuka ku nshuro ya 30 Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi uzaba tariki ya 7 i Kigali mu Rwanda.
W'amateka no kuvuga ko abantu nka M23 baharanira uburenganzira bwabo nabo bakwiye kumvuga. Abandi bazana inkoni yo kubitisha Rwanda bavuga bati agression, mwaradutoye murashaka balkanisation. Unarebye ibyo u Rwanda rwagezeho muri no myaka 30 ishize, haba guhagarika Jenoside bikozwe n'abanyarwanda ubwabo, gukomeza kurinda iki gihugu, urabona ute hazaza kurwana uru rugamba, ariko no kuvuga ngo u Rwanda narwo ruzakoresha imbaraga rufite mu kurwanya ibikorwa nk'ibi aho byaba biri hose mu karere n'ahandi?
Icyizere kirahari kuko ababangamiwe n'iyo ngengabitekerezo barahagurutse nyine barirwanaho. N'akarere nubwo tuvuga u Rwanda hajyaho Nairobi, Rwanda yari initiative z'akarere mbese na African Union mu kureba ukuntu habaho ibiganiro bikemura bya bibazo, nubwo kuri ground cyangwa kuri terrain atari uko bigenda, ariko Rwanda na Nairobi biracyahari nka instrument, kandi ari umuryango w'abibumbye ushyigikiye iyo Rwanda na Nairobi, ari n'ibindi bihugu byinshi mpuzamahanga. Ibibera ku ground ni ya myumvire ya leta idashoboye isinya kimwe hano igakora ikindi, kubera nyine imbaraga z'abariya bafite ingengabitekerezo bagisa nkaho bakomeye kurusha n'iyo leta igomba gushyira mu bikorwa. Ariko icyizere nyine kirahari kuba byarashobotse mu Rwanda, ariho hari imizi miremire y'iyo politike, y'iyo ngengabitekerezo ya jenoside, yari no muri manifesto, yanyuze mu binyamakuru za kangura imyaka, byigishwa mu mashuri, birashimangirwa, birakwirakwizwa. Nababwiye ko muri Kivu burya Habyarimana yatangaga amafaranga kugira ngo abahutu n'abatutsi hariya bahangane nk'uko mu Rwanda byari bimeze, kugira ngo banakumire abo bamenesheje hano mu Rwanda kugira ubuzima hariya muri Kongo. Babyifuje henshi, banabyifuje n'i Bugande n'ahandi. Buriya gihe cya Obote abanyarwanda ntabwo bari bameze neza, hari n'igihe no mu Burundi hakomaga ikintu bakavuga ko ari za mpunzi z'abanyarwanda. Mbese ikibazo cyari gikomeye mu bihe byashize kurusha uko kimeze ubu ngubu, no kurusha uburyo kiganiro ubu ngubu, ku buryo umuntu yavuga ko yego bimeze nabi, ariko kandi biri mu nzira yo gukemuka.
Murakoze cyane.